for all his days, a great wizard and sorcerer and sophist.
Good, 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 good.
He was born neither mortal nor immortal.
Right? Born neither mortal nor immortal.
But on the
Therefore, she could not have been a god. Born neither mortal nor immortal. That's a mixture. There's a mix. We have a mix. Ah, he's a mix. Right? Mortal. Right? Does that fit our myth, our model? Go ahead. Good.
He was born neither mortal nor immortal, but on the same day, sometimes he is blooming and alive when he has plenty, sometimes he is dying. Then again, he gets new life through his Father's nature. But what he procures in plenty always trickles away, so that love is not in want nor in wealth. And again, he is between wisdom and ignorance. Now that's contradictory, I just noticed. Love is not in want. So sometimes it's in want and sometimes it's not.
Of course.
The truth is this: no God seeks after wisdom or desires to become wise.
See, we added features to this model in that last description. You have to keep going back and build on this through the entire dialogue. He added here wisdom. Added here ignorance. All right. So please back it up a sentence or two.
So that love is not in want nor in wealth, and again, he is between wisdom and ignorance. The truth is this: no God seeks after wisdom or desires to become wise, for wise he is already. Nor does anyone else seek after wisdom if he is wise already. And again, the ignorant do not seek after wisdom nor desire to become wise, for this is the worst of ignorance, that one who is neither
Okay,
beautiful.
notice now, he goes back to our former distinctions, and he's going to focus on two terms, ignorance and wisdom. He is not going into opinion or understanding. Right. So this whole thing that we developed, you see, now he wants to focus only on these two terms. These two drop out. This, therefore, is a model that features the motion, the movement, between the two, and therefore, implicit in this must be right opinion and understanding. But he doesn't need it because he's talking about the extremes and the mean that runs through it. Ah, go ahead.
This is the worst of ignorance, that one who is neither beautiful and good nor intelligent should think himself good enough. So he does not desire it, because he does not think he is lacking in what he does not think he needs.
Now that last line is absolutely critical in order to understand the myth, because that's the condition of man. That's the condition of man. Could you read just what it is to be ignorant? Right? It's very important.
For this is the worst of ignorance.
Ah, now I'm going to make someone ignorant. All right, here he is. All right. Ignorant. Let's make sure we see it. Go ahead.
One who is neither beautiful and good,
He's neither beautiful, nor good,
nor intelligent, should think himself good enough,
but he thinks himself that he's good enough.
So he does not desire it.
So he doesn't desire beauty, goodness, or intellect because he's satisfied with where he is.
Because he does not think he is lacking
Because he doesn't think he lacks it.
in what he does not think he needs.
That's right. We don't use the word wisdom in our culture anymore. No one knows what they mean by wisdom. We don't think we lack it. We don't make any distinction between understanding and wisdom. The term is never used, except in ads. It's never used. He is going to use it. He needs it. Now, back into it. back into it. That's the end of the myth. That's the whole myth. Now, what can we do with this? Now, we were making some interesting statements, weren't we? We were saying you have to go first understand what's going on metaphysically and then apply it to the phenomenal world, right? So, let's go back and take a look at this. In terms only of what we know about the myth, and we can get it to be read once again if we need to, what was the birth of love? How did it come into existence? See, now we can talk about the myth. Watch the way we do it. All right? Say, what was the origin of love in the myth? How did love come into existence? Loud, please, so I can...
At the birth of Aphrodite.
On the same day, right? Remember the language. On the same day, what were they doing in the heavens? They were holding a banquet. They were celebrating what? The birth of Aphrodite. Now, of course, you have to be a little Greek here at the moment. Everybody knows that Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty. So look here. What were the gods celebrating? The birth of what?
Beauty.
Divine beauty, right? So the origin of love in the universe occurred mythically then with the birth of Aphrodite. She personifies beauty, therefore we can say, what happened? Why, good heavens, beauty had to come in the universe. The gods were holding a feast for what? A great banquet for what? The birth of divine beauty. Oh, so this whole myth depends upon that. So therefore they're starting with the fact that there must be something essential in the very nature of reality, and that is divine beauty, because the gods held a great feast in honor of it. It's the birth of Aphrodite. And on the same day that, notice we can substitute for Aphrodite, on the very same day that divine beauty came into existence, on that very same day, what comes into existence?
Love.
Love. Ah. So, metaphysically then, if you understand the nature of divine beauty, you know immediately that at the same time there must come into existence love. Same day, same time. Now, why that is so we don't know yet, but we know that's what the myth is revealing. All right. Well then, what was happening therefore? Now notice, the myth is not concerned with the birth of Aphrodite, what factors brought her into existence, because that would be then another kind of myth explaining how divine beauty came into existence. We're having a myth to account for the existence of love in the universe. So therefore there are levels of mythology. Now, what was going on now? Now we're going more into the myth. What was going on at the time? Well, they were holding a banquet, and now we have to assume an existence of poverty and plenty. All of those qualities must have existed and have a prior existence in the nature of reality. They must be there in place before love comes into existence. Would you agree with that? Must be. Therefore, you take all of those qualities together that are personified by plenty and poverty, and you must say